Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, I should say. I would like to call to order the Board of Public Works, and for everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have two items on tonight's agenda. The first item being the Board of Public Works regular meeting minutes from June 17th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, I'd look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, advertise for 2019 pavement maintenance program contracts. With the presentation by Max Marshall. Max?
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight, we come to you with a recommendation to advertise for bids for 2 contracts to get some annual pavement maintenance program repairs done throughout the streets in West Bend. So we're proposing 2 contracts. This year, one would be a crack and joint sealing of pavement at various locations, and the other one would be pulverize and overlay Paradise Drive between Indiana Avenue and River Road. So the first contract we would design like we did last year, where we would prepare a list of streets that need crack sealing, and then estimate how many of those streets we can get done within our budget. And then we would bid the contract by a series of groups of streets because the prices are vary a lot from year to year. And we want to make sure that if we end up having bids that are a little higher, we can still do a portion of the streets that we selected. So that's the first contract. The second contract, which is repair on Paradise Drive, just west of the roundabout at River Road. It's been a section that was on our list of repairs for a while, and we bumped it up the priority list because of new development happening in the area, and the traffic impact analysis for the development showing an increase in traffic on that section, and where the developer will even have to add some turn lanes to accommodate that increase of traffic. So for those 2 contracts, we would use previously budgeted PMP funds, and assuming favorable action by the board and council, we have a schedule in the memo, and where we would do this construction between mid-August and mid-October.
All right, thanks, Max. Any questions? John?
Yeah, Max, I'm glad to see that you're going to do Paradise Drive, because with Quick Trip going in there, I'm sure traffic's even going to be picking up even more, and that street is getting to be pretty rough. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make a motion to approve contract.
Any questions, Mark?
I have a question. Is this the extent of pavement maintenance for this year?
It
We'll
will
have to
be.
wait till next budget cycle to address other issues?
Yes, it will be, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Max? All right, we do have a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And oppose.
Nay.
Motion passes. And with that being said, I adjourn the Board of Public Works.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you soon. Rest of the council probably can come on back up. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Licensing Board for Monday, July 1st, 2019, and recognize we have 4 items on tonight's agenda, starting off with item number 1, approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of the Licensing Board of June 17th, 2019.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any questions, comments, or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Item 2 is Class B Beer C Wine License Renewal.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Item number 3 is Secondhand Article Dealer License Renewal.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. And item number 4 is approve operators' licenses, and the list was in our packet.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. And being there no further business before the Licensing Board, I adjourn. I'd like to call to order the City of West Bend Common Council for Monday, July 1st, 2019, and recognize we have 8 items on tonight's agenda, and all aldermen are here and accounted for. And number 1 is approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting of June 17th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments, or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Items 2 through 5 are under the consent agenda. I take a motion on all those.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Item 6 is a zoning amendment request to add a PUD, Planned Unit Development Overlay District, over the existing B1 Community Business District to allow for design flexibility for a coordinated development sign, site access, and other shared site amenities for the redevelopment of this property for retail use, located north of Sendix on West Washington Street, west of 18th Avenue, by West Bend Enterprises. And we have a presentation tonight by Business and Development Specialist James Ranke. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight's request is for the council to approve a PUD overlay. This would provide design flexibility for this parcel. It's 1.7 acres. And again, as listed in the heading, it's to help coordinate with a coordinated development sign, shared amenities for refuse and pavement, along with access for this site and other access to the sites to the south. So the developer is requesting the overlay for this to help with that design flexibility. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on June 11th and had no comments or concerns from the general public, and the Plan Commission did recommend approval of that zoning amendment to the council.
Thanks, Jim. Any questions for Jim?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Jim, just for clarification, even with the PUD overlay, any site plans, architectural requirements, all that still goes through the Plan Commission, even with the PUD overlay?
Correct, yeah. In this case, we have, this development's gonna have 2 buildings on it, so they've done phase 1 for an approval. The other building that they want to put on there still would have to come back to Plan Commission for approval.
Great, thanks. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That motion carries. Congrats to West Bend Enterprise. Item number 7 is authorization to enter into a real estate purchase agreement for the purchase of approximately 153 acres located on River Road at or near the northeast quadrant of Highway NN and River Road, Town of Trenton, Wisconsin, known as tax parcels numbers T11-077200Z, T11-00771, T11-0774, and a portion of T11-077300Z, known as the Renner lands. And Jay, are you talking us through this?
Sure. You have the document before you, and it was also attached to the online agenda just late in the day. So the ink on this is most recently dry as far as coming to agreement with the Renners. Thanks to John Renner and his family, we worked on this agreement for some time with them. Thanks to the council as well for the negotiation that took place. The last time that this was before you, you authorized staff to enter into this purchase agreement. It is now complete and before you. The dates and some of the key points in here I'll hit on. The first one is as soon as tomorrow. It states that the renters will, as the sellers, will sign the petition for annexation as soon as or as late as July 2nd. So that is in fact tomorrow. The renters are here tonight, and John's in attendance, and I think is prepared to sign that annexation petition that Ian has prepared, so that we can get the ball rolling and meet the tight timeline that both the renters and the city are interested in as far as pursuing this land for future industrial parkland. The terms are included in the document, and they're the terms that you agreed to the last time that this was before you. Some other key dates included in the document are both August and October, regarding August 15th in 6.2, stating that the annexation would occur on or before August 15th. And the October date that I mentioned is a contingency due diligence period whereby and it's listed on 6.3 under due diligence period, that during the period from the annexation of the property until October 15th, the buyer may terminate the agreement, that's us, if such defects that we don't anticipate to find through due diligence, but our timeline is in there so that we take that due diligence period seriously and have some geotechnical work done, in addition to working with Max and Emily from our engineering department on the preliminary layout of where roads and utilities would be going for this proposed industrial park. We're also working with Ellers and Associates. Phil Costin is helping us with a timeline for the TIF creation. This will be TID 14, the next tax incremental district for the city. We're preparing that timeline to have the TID formed, and it is a tight timeline, but later this year, so sometime after the September 30th, which it won't count against us for the 2019 year. The closing date includes, again on the front page, January 10th, on or before January 10th of 2020, we would close on this property as per this agreement. And if there's any questions or comments or concerns, I can attempt to answer them now. Mark Petrovich is here. He was part of the conversations with John regarding how much of the remaining parcel, the parcel to the further south, John's parcel, that you can see by the map, the hashed area that is not included in the purchase. So we'd be purchasing the 153.5 acres, all the land except that area in hashed area. I should mention that the rectangle south of the hashed area is a separate parcel. That parcel has been in existence for some time, and there's a single family residence on that property.
Thank you, Jay. Good recap. Any questions for Jay on this?
Yeah, just one question. The area not included in the purchase and the other single-family property, are there any plans to annex those as well, or just the property here?
Just the 153 acres. There are no current plans to annex the area not included in the parcel to the south. That would be up to the renters in the future.
And annexation has to be by a variety of things that involve the owners of the property, not the municipality going out and saying you shall annex to the city. So it would take a petition from the property owners in that area.
If they wanted to, they could annex the city if
Yeah.
the property owner requested.
If they requested it, we could consider it.
Okay.
Correct.
Anybody else?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. And opposed? That motion carries. Congratulations to the Renner family, and congratulations to the city of West Bend. It looks like we'll be moving forward, hopefully, on some new developable property. And item number 8 under reports is a report by Alderman Jenkins regarding the library board meeting.
All right, I'm happy to be here. Sorry you guys had to miss me for a month. But with that, a couple library board meetings happened too. So I'll just briefly summarize the Monarch Library System, which is the way you look at it is we have our library, we have a system that we're a part of that cooperates on technology, materials, and things like that, and then you have the state. So we're part of the Monarch system, which engulfs 3 or 4 counties. Anyway, so the Monarch Library System had been looking for a new director for quite a while. They found an interim administrator or director in Jennifer Chamberlain. Jennifer was the library director here at UWC, and her husband actually was my vice president on the library board way back when, too. So it's really exciting to see her on board and her to help work with local libraries. We got our first glimpse last meeting at the strategic plan that had been worked on via committee over the past couple months. This is a plan that's going to stem from now to 2022, and again, focus on marketing, fundraising, and things like that. This was just a first glance to edit the document, to give our feedback. It's going to go back to committee. Once I have the full document, it's been approved, I'll bring that back to the board, or sorry, for the council to share with you guys. And then least exciting is we had a sprinkler system replacement because we had some leakage in the building. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Any questions for Chris regarding the library? Or anything else you might want to ask him?
Thank you.
Being there no further business before the common council, I adjourn. Are there any announcements tonight? John?
Yeah, just want to relate the 4th of July parade will start at 9:30, starting at Badger and all the way down to Regner Park. And then the Duck Derby, or races, will be going on at Regner Park. And then fireworks at Riverside after that. It'll be a busy day.
Free root beer floats for those of us, or those of you out there that I think are 12 years and younger, under 12. It might have pushed it to 12, but I think we're all still going to be paying retail for them. Anybody else?
I guess if I can mention, the HPBA is also having a brat fry down at Regner Park after the parade.
Awesome. At the...
right near the Duck Derby, yeah.
Super.
Centennial Pavilion.
We'll see everybody down at Regner in a couple of days. Have a great night, everybody.